no one hesitates to say, oh, I have diabetes, or I have something. But for people to say, I have alopecia areata, everyone's nodding their heads because it's something that is different.
I still think most people have never heard of alopecia areata. They look at you like, what?
Right. It is true.
And you have to explain the autoimmune disease.
We're not sick.
No, and
Right.
people want to know,
Sick.
well, why are you bald if you're not sick? And I'm at a loss of words because I just don't know what to.
Do people walk up to you and say, assume you're sick, ask you why you're sick? What do they ask you? What do they say to you when they come up to you?
They assume you have cancer.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Everybody thinks you have cancer. Like,
Exactly.
At home, I'd never wear it at home, and I'd be out in the yard doing yard work, and the neighbors never asked me anything about it, but they asked my nanny. And they're like, does she have cancer? Does she have cancer? And she's like, no, she has alopecia. But still, they don't come up and say anything.
They're
I think
afraid to come up and say
everybody's
something.
afraid
Right.
to say something to you.
So whether we want to be a team leader or not, maybe it's not a personality. No, I'm a team leader. I mean, I sort of have that,
Yes.
part of me. But that's not everybody's role. And yet, if you become a woman with alopecia, you become a team leader.
You're
Like,
representing.
Right, because now you've got to start explaining to people, which is okay. It's important to explain to people. But it also means that part of your day, you might be thinking about, oh, do I want to take that moment now and explain to the person behind me in line at the grocery store? Do I want to take the time? And a lot of times we do, because if we don't advocate for ourselves and explain it to other people,
Right.
they're not going to understand it.
No.
So it becomes a role that we take on, and I think most of us take it on happily.
What have you learned about yourselves through this experience?
Well, I always knew I was strong. I am amazingly strong. I mean, I feel that I could pretty much deal with things I didn't think I could deal with. Things that have just been handed, having this handed to me, I was 57 when this happened. And I'm just amazed how I've come the last 2 years since everything went down. And so I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about other people. I think I'm a little more sensitive to other people about certain issues. It isn't all about me.
I lost my hair shortly after I had my son. And he thought this was the normal way to be, that you could take your hair off. And he was about 3 years old. He came running into my dressing room, pulling on his own hair, saying, Mommy, I can't take my hair off.
Oh.
And I just hugged him, and I, it was so sweet. It made me realize that it's a matter of perspective.
Exactly.
And it's just perspective.
Yeah.
We're not talking about any life-threatening illness
Right.
here. So
Right. Again.
I cried tears of joy, and I said, "You're
Again.
perfectly normal, honey."
Right.
Had any of you known anyone else in your life who had or has alopecia?
Not until I had it.
Not until I had
No.
it.
Oh,
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
None of us.
I, matter of fact, didn't meet anybody until I came to my first Bald Girls Luncheon. And it was kind of like just alone suffering by myself, kind of lonely, not knowing very many people.
Right.
What was
Actually,
it like
I did
for you
know. I
then to
did
come
meet-
and meet people who were in the exact situation
It was
as you?
awesome. I mean, it was really, I don't, sounds cliche, but liberating, and just like you kind of can let go and be yourself and not worry if you're going to offend someone by taking your hair off, or
Right.
not worry if you're offending someone by how you're feeling, because we can all talk to our families, but like you said, no one's going to really understand unless they have it.
So in terms of how these lunches go, I know ultimately you all usually take off your wigs, correct?
Right.
How do you do that? You trade wigs? What do you do?
we start by drinking a little wine,
Which we've done checks.
This is true.
and then we start saying things like, "Oh, I wonder
Mavis,
how I'd
let's
look as
see
a
you-
brunette."
Oh,
See how
boy.
Mavis looks with hair.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Okay. How do we do this?
You just
Drum
kinda-
roll, please.
It may not always fit down, but
Okay.
I like it. It looks good. That is a
Nice
good
with the
color.
highlights.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah, the highlights.
You're
Yeah.
cute.
You want a mirror?
It's a win-win for you.
over there. That's not bad.
With or without hair.
You want to be a
right?
blonde?
I think she needs to
You wanna
be a
be a
blonde.
Blonde could be fun.
Oh, boy.
Be a blonde.
Blonde.
Okay.
Let me help you.
I have a really
Yeah.
little head, so good luck getting it on.
Okay. We're
Well, she
gonna
just gets a
just
little
kinda-
extra height.
Cone head.
Okay. I think, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Just a little fun here.
Woo!
Blondes have more fun, right?
Senor, I think you should try mine on.
Okay. All right. Okay. All righty.
We have
Here we
so
go.
much fun with
Yeah.
Thank you.
But not everybody. A lot of lunches, people don't take off their wigs.
This is cute.
this. We're kind of lucky, you know.
I don't know,
Well,
this
you
group-
said you like being a
I
blonde.
like
I
being
like
a
you as a
blonde.
blonde.
I do like being a blonde.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, see, this is
Like they're on set with
Kind of sassy.
This color.
That's a good color for you.
Yeah.
I like the color. I noticed better
That
than
you
the
do
other
look
one.
great. That looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Women have
you.
had plastic surgery and they don't want anyone to see their scars.
That's great.
Right, right.
That's the other, that's I also found too.
Oh, what?
There's some
And
people
so,
that
I mean,
have
how many
scars.
places or how many organizations do you know where women would feel this comfortable?
Absolutely. No, it's
Passing around
impressive.
hair.
It's impressive. What do you want people who have not gone through what you've gone through, but perhaps may see someone,
Date someone.
date someone, have their sister, their wife, their mother go through this? What do you want them to know?
First of all, I want them to contact us because we can help them. I think that will truly help them. They don't have to go through this alone.
Right.
This
They're
is
not
something they
alone.
don't have to
Exactly.
be alone
not
about.
alone.
That's the message.
Even though that's what you feel like, I think it's so important to know that there's other people out there that can help them go through this grief. And it is a grief and it's a loss.
It is,
And I
exactly.
believe that once you really have other people to talk to about it, it's healing.
And even for someone who doesn't have the alopecia, that is trying to help someone or be there for someone, that's a big deal because a lot of people
Big
don't want to
deal.
step up to the plate because
Right.
they
Big
don't
deal.
know what
Right.
to say to you or they don't know what to
Exactly.
do for
Right.
you.
Exactly.
But just, I guess, listening and just going with you to pick out. My husband went with me to pick out, wigs and stuff, and
Yeah.
And that you're the same person regardless,
Mm-hmm.
with or without hair. I'm
Right.
the exact same person. I may not have hair now, but I'm no different.
Right.
And just like in the field that I'm in, which I'm a substance abuse counselor, there's support for those that are in the addiction,
Right.
but there's also support for those family members and loved ones who don't know how to handle it, how to act around them. It's the same thing. It's this very same concept. That's why the support is. That's why it's so important to let people know that they're not alone.
And it can happen at any time.
Yes.
My thing is, your life does not have to change. It can go on, and it
Get
can be
better.
beautiful, and even get better. I think
Get
we
better.
have more opportunities open to us now than we did before we had our hair
I'll
loss.
tell you,
Just
going to the gym is so easy. I just take my hair off, put it in the locker, go work out, take a shower, put it back. I mean, there's other women that are sitting there styling their hair. While, I'm
Right.
just like, see you later.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I would have
Exactly.
never known anybody.
Exactly.
I mean, I would have not known any of these women, and they've changed my life.
And I would not be taping a segment of the Today Show.
There you go. There you go.
No, I think people will just be so blown away by your bravery and your genuine love of life and how you've just figured it out. Because I think that's a lot of life, just figuring out who you are and being
I
okay
think
with it.
Getting this has made me accept myself and figure out myself more.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
Like it's like you have to go straight on with yourself and just this is who I am now.
Yeah.
And accept
And
it for what
accept
it
it.
is.
And before it was like, I mean, I don't know if it was just my age, being in my early 20s, but I was like very unsure of myself. But now it's like, okay, this is who I am, and take me as I am, or don't take me.
Absolutely.
You know?
Exactly.
We're like the new and improved versions of ourselves.
Well, you all are
renew.
beautiful.
Women decipher.
Beautiful. And I think everyone will see that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.